Good morning. It is April 29th, Wednesday. I'm going to be completely honest. I recorded a whole episode kind of based off Star Wars and everything like that, and I'm trashing it. It's not good. So I'm not going to bring it out. I'm just going to let that bury and die. I want to talk about something that a little bit more has a little bit more substance to it. And the big thing is you're never too old to try something new. There's so much stuff, and I I've really struggled with this myself throughout my whole life. And I'll just focus in on content creation, I guess, in this case. Um, there's so many things and ideas that one can come up with. And so many things get stuck in your head and they never actually come to life. Um, I have ideas that I want to do, and I don't know how to do them, and I really want to make them happen. One of my biggest fears, though, is I'm wasting everyone's time, including myself. Uh, I This is gonna sound tragic to myself, and that I don't value myself, and I value myself, but like when something fails and it's just me, I feel bad, I'm upset, and all that stuff. But in the end, I'm like, okay, I only wasted my time. Um, when I bring other people into a project or something like that, I feel 17,000 times worse because now I've brought other people into it and I've wasted their time that they could have done a whole bunch of other stuff doing. So like for example, the content creator series, I've done it twice. And I've brought in a bunch of people to film, those episodes. In grand total, each season, each person came in for, 20, 30 minutes, gave all their answers, and that was all the work that they did. And I was the one that was editing and piecing it all together. So I put a lot more time and energy in than they did, obviously, because of, everything. But the funny thing is, I was happy with how those things did, and I'm happy that who they reached. But given the fact that when I was mathematically kind of like saying, okay, what could the reach be? It was fell way short, and I felt really bad because I felt like I had wasted all of their times and they had trusted me to create something great, and I thought it was a fun thing that I created and everything like that. But I was hoping that it would go to a bigger audience, um, expectations and things like that. Um, he, there's so many things I want to do in content creation. I just don't want to waste people's times, and I don't want to embarrass anyone, and I don't want to. I want it to be good, and I want people to have fun with it, and bring joy. That's my big thing is through theme parks and everything like that. And obviously, we're getting beyond theme parks nowadays. You know, joy is huge. I'm hoping at some point I bring her on, and she'll never see this probably. But Phoebe, created for everyone that's seen it. She has created a a Star Wars short film, and I give her a lot of credit. I want her to come on and talk about it. Her schedule's busy, but I want her to talk about it because she went for something that is really hard to do and really scary. And I praise her for that because that's awesome. Um, I think a lot of us get afraid or just don't believe in ourselves enough to 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 get there, and it's tough. It is, and the fear of failure is crippling. Um, and it's important to listen to people because, you know, you may fail for, years. Or, maybe I rephrase that. You may strive towards a goal for years and maybe not fail, but just not get the recognition that you should be getting. And then, it's being ready for that moment or that opportunity the moment it happens. One thing I kind of keep saying to myself, this is non-social media, is I need to start getting back in shape. I'm not like horrible or anything like that, but like I wouldn't, it wouldn't hurt for me to lose a couple pounds and, start being a little bit more mobile and away from, screens. That wouldn't hurt me at all. You know, there's a lot of things I look at in my own life because I'm so much is changing and everything like that. Um, Putting myself in the best situation going forward. Uh, that when an opportunity does come onto my doorstep, I'm ready for it. And you never know how many opportunities you're going to have. You don't know how many people are going to be in your life that are going to be like, cool, I have the magic moment, or I have something that's good for you. Um, because those are really important. And they don't come every single day. And you don't know which teammate in your life is going to be that teammate that makes you great. And finding that teammate, partner, I'm not talking marriage here, I'm talking more work, uh, is really hard. And one of the biggest ones that I go back to, and sure, I always go back to my sports, is Tom Brady. One of the best quarterbacks of all time gets drafted in the sixth round, 199th pick. First year doesn't play. Gets in because the starting quarterback gets hurt all season. Takes the most of his opportunity, goes on a massive winning streak, wins the Super Bowl. There's so many things there just in that first 2 years that had to go right for him to even get that opportunity. And then the next 20 years of his career, piecing it all together with everything that happened there. It's not a Tom Brady documentary, but say he would have been drafted in 2000, he would have been drafted by the Colts or the Bears. He could have very easily be put behind another quarterback, never gotten a shot, and then after 4 years completely fallen out of the NFL, and we never hear the name Tom Brady ever again. We'd never even hear it at all. Opportunities are rare. Opportunities from that perfect partner, you have to take them, and you have to. I don't know who I'm speaking to on this one. I don't really know where I'm going with this. It's way better than the Star Wars crap video I had earlier that no one will see. This is a lot more deeper. But it's important to take those opportunities. It's important. Oh yeah, going back to the beginning, you're never too old to learn new things. You're never too old to take a risk on something. I know there's financial strengths and things like that and fear, but you're never too old to learn and listen and strive for new goals. You can always push forward and better yourself and always learn. That's a key thing that I really want to push. All right. I think that's it for today. I think that's going to wrap it up. I'm going to have an episode tomorrow. I'm going to be in California and Nevada throughout the beginning part of May. I'm going to figure out if I'm going to continue episodes during that time or if I'm going to take a little bit of a pause because I'm not going to have my filming stuff. I don't know how I'm going to do it. And I'm going to be a little bit in and out of hotels, so I may not have the best, internet service. So figuring that part out, there may be a whole bunch of episodes in May. We may take a little pause in May. Granted, we will see. It all depends on what's the abilities that I have. Regardless, there's going to be a lot of content coming out. So whoever's watching up to this point, thank you so much for viewing in. I promise you this was a better episode than what I was going to originally post. Yay. Thank you guys for being here. See you tomorrow.